Technology and computers have advanced very quickly over the last few years. With these recent advancements, we have been exposed to an entirely new normal, and one of these improvements that does have an impact on everyone is autonomous vehicles. Sure, we might not have flying cars yet, but we have the next closest advancement in our current cars. Autonomous cars are commonly known as self-driving vehicles, and there are currently multiple new cars on the market that integrate this technology into their systems. Whether we drive alongside or walk the sidewalks near a self-driving car, this will have an effect on all of us since it is a very recent upgrade to the vehicles on the road. The last 15 years, electric vehicles have been on the rise, but they were not always as common as they are now. Originally, electric vehicle batteries were more expensive than our normal internal combustion engine batteries, but over the last decade, they have decreased in price by 90%. Internal combustion engines have been the standard in cars for the last 150 years. As of 2023, the average financing cost for an electric vehicle was higher than the typical internal combustion engine, but on the other hand, the average fuel cost over a 5-year period for an electric vehicle was almost half of the 5-year average fuel cost for an internal combustion engine. The maintenance costs for an electric vehicle are also on average $300 less over a 5-year period. Another benefit of this new technology is the environmental impact. Although some minerals in the electric vehicle batteries require fossil fuels, the overall carbon footprint is a lot cleaner than the internal combustion engine vehicles. There is a significantly smaller number of toxins that come from driving an electric vehicle, and it doesn't have as much of a negative impact on our air quality. With this increase of new driving possibilities and the advancement of AI and computer technology, we have opened the door to a new opportunity for cars. Autonomous vehicles are currently on the rise, and we see and hear more about them every day in current events. The definition of an autonomous vehicle is a car that can drive itself without human intervention. How it can do this is with the use of AI technology, cameras, and sensors. Another name for these self-driving vehicles are robotic cars or driverless cars. The first autonomous car was made in Japan all the way back in 1977. Obviously, since then, we have majorly improved on the self-driving car, and we are still learning more about them constantly. Autonomous vehicles have 5 different sophistication levels, which are used to determine how advanced they are and how much human intervention is needed. Currently, many 2024 luxury cars contain Level 3 autonomy, which would allow the car to drive itself under certain conditions, but still requires the human to be alert and intervene when needed or in specific weather conditions. The goal of most companies is to get to Level 5 autonomy, which would be fully self-driving in any condition. One of the most well-known brands that designs technology that allows for this is NVIDIA. They have multiple different computer chips aimed at increasing processing power for AI that are used by many big companies for multiple different purposes. Tesla is one of the most well-known self-driving car brands on the current market. They integrated NVIDIA chips in Tesla cars to allow self-driving technology to be included in these vehicles. The technology in the most up-to-date Tesla model contains a full self-driving computer and a full self-driving chip. This chip contains shadow recognition and a video encoder that all work together with the other built-in technologies to provide the most optimal current autonomous vehicle. Tesla chips also have built-in security since anytime there is a computer running an operating system, there is a possible risk of having the software getting hacked. There are many requirements in software that would allow a car to be considered a Level 3 autonomy or higher. The two main categories of information needed would be environmental and driving knowledge. Environmental knowledge includes a perception system which uses machine learning and sensors to make decisions based on the current surroundings and situations. This includes recognizing road signs, different lanes, and seeing obstacles. Driving knowledge is typically broken down into 2 different categories: the autonomous decision system and the control executive system. The decision system controls the mapping of the vehicle using algorithms that are usually decided in real time. This system does use past data that have been collected to improve the system over time and increase accuracy. The final main system is the control executive system that is used to actually control the movements of the car. This system is responsible for using all the other information about using the steering wheel and knowing when to brake and accelerate. Connecting all these different functions together is what allows these cars to be an autonomous vehicle. Even though this advancement in software is an incredible feat, it does have a few concerns as well. The biggest concern about these self-driving cars is safety. Even though there are many systems to acknowledge obstacles and road conditions, being on the road requires many fast decisions to be made. If there happened to be another car that possibly slipped on ice, or a pedestrian that didn't look before walking, would the car be able to make the decision to stop fast enough? And if something did happen, would it be the driver responsible or the car? These are some of the main concerns for allowing these cars on the road, and for good reason too. Another big concern is the way that these cars will function in different weather conditions such as snow, rain, or fog. It will be hard to become fully automated in areas where these weather conditions are common. There is also the risk of data being stolen or hacked, which Tesla does recognize in their software. Since any type of computer is in danger of being hacked, the future upgrades will need to include high cybersecurity so a possible customer would be safe in their car. Autonomous vehicles are becoming more and more acclimated into our everyday lives. Over time, they should make a long-term positive impact on our environment since most autonomous vehicles are also electric. It could also be a potential financial saving opportunity with an upfront price possibly being higher, but long-term expenses would cancel that out. As our artificial intelligence and computer technologies continue to advance, so will the opportunities for future autonomous vehicles. With an increase of research and development for the future of autonomous vehicles, they should be able to continue to become safer since that is the main concern for these cars being out on the road. This will be an adaptation period for all of us as we include more robots in our everyday lives, but it should be a helpful advance. I'm excited to see what the future holds for autonomous vehicles and the continued advancements of technology.